Hello, I'm GeNienne Samuels, co-founder, CEO, and president of Sideline Prep. First of all, I want to welcome you to our Sideline Prep family and congratulate you on taking one step to reaching your dream to becoming a professional cheerleader. Second, I want to welcome you to my athletic/pro cheer room. I know that it's a little dorky, but I have dedicated a couple of decades practically to athletics. And this room is dedicated to my accomplishments as a runner, track and field runner, as a cheerleader, as a co-ed stunner, and then obviously as a professional dancer for the NFL and NBA. So over on this side are, some of the accomplishments, some of the awards that I have received, with the understanding that track and field, cross country were at the foundation of that. I even actually cheered 2 years in high school as, motion, go rah, 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 go Panthers cheerleader. So my awards that I've received there are at the foundation and the base of that. Then the awards that I received in college at the University of Richmond when I was on a co-ed stunt team, followed by the awards as a Washington Redskins cheerleader, and then at the top are some of the honors that I received as a Wizard Girl, kind of rounding off my career. So you are probably here because you're interested in going to the next level, making a semi-pro or pro cheerleading team or dance team, and you're looking for some guidance. And you might be wondering, why Sideline Prep? Why should you believe in me? Why should you trust me? Why should you learn from me? Why should you prepare for the upcoming auditions with Sideline Prep with us? Well, first of all, I just want to make sure you understand and know that all of our coaches are current or former professional cheerleaders. So we've all been there, we've all done that. And so we can obviously take the knowledge, take the experiences, take the lessons learned, take what we've been through, and pass that knowledge and information on to you. So for me in particular, I was a professional cheerleader for 11 amazing years. 8 of those in the NFL as a Washington Redskins cheerleader, and then 2.5, 3 of those years as a Wizard Girl. And I say that because during mid-season, my 3rd year as a Wizard Girl, management asked me if I wanted to step down and become the in-arena host for the Washington Wizards and basically be the voice and the face of the Wizards at every home game. And even though it was an extremely hard decision to hang up my pom-poms, I did accept the challenge and I did accept the position and was the in-arena host for the Washington Wizards. So it's just an amazing way to kind of round off and end my 11 years as a pro cheerleader. So kind of just talking about some of the accomplishments that I did make as a pro cheerleader. Over here I won a couple Director Choice Awards, a Choreography Award, an Outstanding Leadership in Choreography Award. I was also awarded with the honor of the Lifetime Achievement Award, and this is given to one retiring cheerleader every season who's pretty much dedicated their time and energy and shown a passion for what they've done as a cheerleader. And I happened to receive that year, my last year as a Redskins cheerleader. Obviously also, being in the calendar and being on the cover of the calendar for our swimsuit calendar twice was in and of itself an amazing experience. Who doesn't want to be in a calendar and feel like a superstar and a model? So that was absolutely amazing. Being able to go overseas and perform on behalf of the Department of Defense and USO and AFE and take a little bit of America to our troops overseas that dedicate and sacrifice for us. I went to over a half a dozen countries in support of the military and in support of our men and women fighting for our country. So that was a huge honor and experience as well. But I would have to say, of the entire 8 years, the one thing that truly meant the most to me as a Redskins cheerleader was when my teammates voted for me to represent them at the Pro Bowl game in Hawaii. So I wanted to take the time to kind of read a little bit of an article. This was in the Flair section of the Richmond Times-Dispatch, my hometown, an article about me. So I just wanted to read just a little bit to you. So it says, going pro, the team isn't much to shout about, but Redskins cheerleader is a winner. As a track star at Hermitage High School, GeNienne Samuels couldn't understand why so many girls wanted to be cheerleaders at football and basketball games. But to support a friend who hoped to make the Hermitage squad, she showed up for tryouts during her sophomore year. She made the cut and soon realized what all the fuss was about. I got addicted to it, she said. At first it was to be popular, then it got more athletic and more glamorous. It also became more competitive. Today, as a cheerleader for the Washington Redskins, Samuels competes each season against more than 400 women, hoping to get on a squad of just 40 ladies. Then, near the end of the season, competition heats up again as one cheerleader from each NFL team is chosen to go to the Pro Bowl in Hawaii. The Redskins cheerleaders chose Samuels to go to this year's Pro Bowl on February 8th. She won overwhelmingly, said Donald Wells, director choreographer for the squad. She is just so dedicated to the squad. She's got a passion for this. So just kind of reflecting back on this article and reading it, it's just amazing to me that my coach Donald, who I thank almost every day of my life for this amazing experience, he saw that passion in me. He saw that I had a passion for and I was dedicated to my teammates and that I loved what I did. And he understood and realized that he could take this track and field runner and this motion cheerleader and turn her into a very glamorous professional cheerleader that could grace the fields at FedEx Field and represent the Washington Redskins. And he saw that passion in me back then, and I'm extremely grateful for that. I cannot begin to explain how much. But being selected by my teammates to represent them at Pro Bowl just says a lot about my passion and dedication to the team. Then kind of moving on to the NBA, after I retired from the Redskins, I realized that, I really missed dancing and performing, and I took a stab at the NBA and made the team. My first year on the team, I won the Community Star Award for Outstanding Community Service, and then my next 2 years, I was awarded and honored to be named a captain and won the most valuable WG, so the most valuable Wizard Girl, both years. So it's really just been an amazing experience my entire 11 years. But let me tell you, life was not always glamorous and beautiful and confident and wonderful. Like I said, I started off as a track and field runner, and even though I cheered in high school a couple of years and was a co-ed stunner in college, I didn't have a clue about, anything. I didn't know about a single turn, much less a double. I had never done leaps. I was not a technically trained dancer. I was a runner. I was pretty much a tomboy, to be honest. I had never plucked my eyebrows. The most makeup I'd ever worn was mascara and a little bit of lip gloss. That's it. Once I became a Redskins cheerleader, I learned that, and I became glamorous, but it definitely didn't start out that way for me. My turning point really had to be, after, leaving college and getting a job in the professional arena and going to work every day and going home and feeling very unfulfilled. And I actually gained my freshman 15, not freshman year in college, but after I graduated from college. My first year in the workforce is when I gained my freshman 15. And I just was not at a point of joy and happiness. And I happened to attend a Washington Redskins football game with my mom. And the entire time, literally, I stared at the beautiful women down on the field. Those cheerleaders were amazing to me. And at that moment, even though I was scared and I didn't think that I could make it because I wasn't as pretty as them, I was not as polished, I didn't know how to do the technical elements of anything that they were doing, I was determined to become a cheerleader. And I knew that if I didn't, I would regret it. So at that very moment, I started researching and learning as much as I could possibly learn about the cheerleaders. And I went to prep classes and tried to pick up on the material, and I would go home and try to practice those dances even though I couldn't remember what I learned. I worked out and worked out and worked out. I changed my eating habits. I contacted Donald Wells over email to get as much information as I could so that I could be prepared for auditions. And then I went into auditions, and yes, I was overwhelmed. I was scared. I didn't know what I was doing. I did not look the part. I had on a sports bra, black, and thought I was doing something cool by having a white sports bra under it so that it was kind of layered. I had black biker shorts on and thick ankle socks. I was a mess. but I gave it 110%. And at the end of the first day of auditions, one of the vets, one of the current girls on the team, came over to me and gave me a word of encouragement and gave me a couple of pointers and even invited me to come that evening to practice with them. And that truly was the turning point. I was able to learn from them just within a few short hours that evening and sponge everything that I could from them so that I could walk into auditions that next day more confident. And believe me, I could not believe it when number 32, my number, I still have it, was called. It was the most exhilarating and overwhelming experience of my entire life, and I can tell you it completely changed my life for the better in such a positive way. And that is why Sideline Prep exists. It is to help other young women that want to pursue and reach their goals of becoming a professional cheerleader. And I have built a team of people that can do that. We are all current or former professional cheerleaders, semi-professional cheerleaders that know what it takes to become a professional cheerleader. We know what the judges are looking for. We know how to prepare, and we're here to help you. And that's why you should trust us. And that's why you should believe in us, because we believe in you. So again, welcome to our Sideline Prep family. Thanks so much for spending a couple of moments with me. I know that you're going to get so much out of this experience with you. Congratulations and good luck on everything that you do upcoming to prepare for the auditions. And hopefully you'll feel confident enough in Sideline Prep to let us help you shine on the sidelines.